great, phenomenal guest, and I am so happy and privileged to be able to hear from such an amazing story. And I am so sure that you will be moved today. And if nothing motivates you today, I don't know what will. Because the story that we're about to hear today is definitely incredible. And it is a story that definitely, by reading the biography, it really moved me. And I'm hoping that it will move you as well. If you're watching right now, if you would like to have comments, questions, or even just to say hello, please do join us with all the comments, because the story that I'm going to share with you and the person that is going to share be with us today, it is incredible. Everyone, I am talking about Jackie Bertolette, and I'm hoping that I'm not betraying her name. She was a high fashion model who gave up the runway to take care of her brain injuries. Today, 12 years later, she has a fashion business that she runs from her living room. Incredible. She is a designer of a magazine, Ohio magazine. She will be talking about that as well. And she takes care and looks super healthy and fit. Here she is to talk about turning the tragedy. Wow. So let's welcome her and let's join her to the show. We're not going to be motivated today. I don't know what will. The story is incredible. Hello, welcome. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Awesome. I can hear you perfectly. What an honor, Jackie, to have you here with us, sharing your story. All the way from beautiful Ohio. It's such a privilege to get to know you and know your story. If you don't mind me taking our audience a little bit back. By the way, guys, please do ask your questions, your comments. We will definitely be at our best to try to answer everything. And take us back, if you don't mind, what happened to your son?
So they're not sure if he was born with this issue or if he developed it shortly after birth. But he was 10 weeks old when we discovered that he had a massive, or what they thought was a tumor over half of his vertebrae. So after going in for a well visit, we were just going to get some shots and go back home. And the next morning we were in full craniotomy brain surgery. So it was pretty intense, to say the very least. It was very touch and go. And now the doctors didn't tell us this at the time, but they didn't think he had too much of a chance to survive it. However, once they got inside, what they thought was a tumor actually turned into an infection. So they don't know. They don't know if it happened in utero. They don't know how it happened or when it happened. They just know what. So it was several surgeries down the road, many months in the hospital, and many months of IV injections for the IV for antibiotics, and probably 3 years of therapy before he could even leave the house. So this quarantine thing, I'm pretty used to. Because I had to be with him.
Yes, this is probably not news to you because you're so used to being in the house, working from home, and so you had to quit your career as a model because of your son. I know 100 feelings must have gone through your mind and your heart, guilt, and all those things. How did you take all that?
Well, it was really difficult because I felt like I had done something that, during a pregnancy or something, and I tried really hard to follow the doctor's orders and do what I needed to do. Like, it was my third pregnancy. So I felt very guilty thinking that I had done something now that we're out of the woods and everybody's happy and healthy, and I can look back on it with a clear mind. I can see every single step of the way where God was. He put us at the doctor's office at the right time. He put us with a doctor who said, you know what, something doesn't seem right. I'm going to run some tests. He put us with a brain surgeon who had actually performed with this issue, which was mighty rare, twice in his career. So it was just one thing after another that put us where we needed to be to get him through this. So that was
Wonderful.
was, where's God here? So that was difficult. But he's always...
I know, and I am very spiritual myself, and I believe that there is a purpose for everything. The word says that there is not a hair on your head or a leaf from the tree that does not fall if it's not His will. So definitely there is a purpose. Guys, you are watching the LizyT Show. Kendall, if you know Jackie, you can always say hello. Please send us some cards. She has an amazing, amazing story, which I'm very honored to share with all of you. This is incredible. We will record this on IGTV for you guys to be able to watch later. So take us to after all that went over and all that was done, and you figured things out and you started working from home. Like you don't have enough on your plate. This is a baby, right? Somebody that needs 24 care given from you. How did you have time? How did you come up with starting a business from your home?
Well, the first 3 years, I've always worked out of the home. I've always been career-minded. I've always been in the arts, and I've done a lot of fashion along the way. So when he got sick and I had to come home, it was a majorly difficult transition for me, just because I didn't know what to do with myself, when he didn't need me medically. But after he got cleared and everything was good, then we looked at taking him to school and starting a typical life. But that did not go well at all for him. So immediately we knew we had to bring him to homeschool, online situations. So when I thought I was going to go back to work, I quickly found out I was not going back to work. And so at the end of the school day, once I got used to homeschool, online school, which was a transition in and of itself, then at the end of the school day, I was like, he doesn't need me now. He's 5 years old and he can, deal with it. He can do his own thing. So
Right.
I was talking with my husband and I was like, I know it's a wonderful job and I love being a mom and being home with him, but it's driving me crazy not working.
You need to be proactive. You need to have those creative juices coming out from you. Like, hello, you're an artist. You're a model.
I have 5 minutes to myself, so. My husband actually is the one who kind of pushed me toward it. We met way back when I was right out of college with my commercial photography degree. And it was like, you've always wanted to be in fashion. You've always, you're an incredible photographer. That's really what you want to do. Why don't you just start the magazine? Because I had always wanted to work for a magazine, but I never had the guts to move to the larger markets. So obviously there wasn't a whole lot of that to do in the Midwest and the United States. So when my husband suggested that, I thought, well, you know what? I'm home, and it is everything that I love and I'm really good at. And why not put this together to give opportunity to the youth who's coming up and is looking for the same kind of avenues that I was looking for that was not there then.
Right.
So it was really my husband's idea, and thankfully we had gotten used to a single income household. Obviously, I'd been at home for a number of years then.
Right.
And so it wasn't, financial wasn't required. Would have been nice, but it wasn't required. So we just decided together that I was going to give it a shot, and that's what I did. And we are now 5 years later into the magazine, and we are coming up on our 5th year of Ohio Fashion Week. And I've actually managed models for decades, but technically, legally, became a corporation kind of thing about 3 years ago. And,
Wow.
And I also am a fashion designer, so I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, look at you, all those surprises. My goodness, congratulations. You are just a box of surprises all over. Incredible. Guys, you are watching to the LizyT Show. Hey, hi, Kendall. You have Jackie here right now. She has an amazing story. Her son was diagnosed with brain injury, and she started this business from her living room, like many of us are doing right now, home studio and things like that. And she has created this amazing corporation. If nothing inspires you today, I don't know what will. So this magazine and this thing just took off like wildfire because I've seen videos on YouTube, on the media, on television. This magazine has been featured great, amazing models. How does it make you feel that after all this hard work, after all the trials that you went through with your son, you can finally start to see the light of the end of the tunnel, and all this work has been paid off?
It's so, it's funny because when you're in the thick of it, you don't really see the success happening.
No.
You just know you got more to do. You're busier. But when I sit back and look at it, like everything, when you kind of take a breath, I realized how many models I have helped launch their career or given them at least the opportunity to get started and see if it's something that they even want to pursue. How many designers got their first publication through us. We publish hair and makeup artists. So anybody who gives us fashion, we publish. We seek out up and coming. We seek out first timers. We seek out successful. And although we focus on the Midwest, we are certainly not limited to the Midwest of the United States. We have designers and stylists from all over the world. So our main focus is 100% inclusivity. So we do not limit to the quintessential model. And I think that's part of why we've been received so well, because I feel like there's beauty in everybody and every individual personality. So I don't try to conform to the box that everybody expects a model to be. And it's important to me to help people find their own self-confidence and strength. So that's kind of really what I'm going for. Fashion is almost like just the extra part.
And Jackie, I noticed when I see your Instagram and all the feeds and all the pictures that you have, it shows your creativity, it shows your passion, it shows the love for what you do, which is incredible. Are you still right now taking pictures of models and going out there and doing shoots? Yes, that is very much.
I don't think I will ever give up that part. That's my favorite part. That's my degree. Being editorial photographer, creative, that's it. In fact, I was shooting yesterday. So, all weekend actually. We shot the fall cover yesterday. So, no, I don't think I'll ever give that up. That's, even when, I'll give up editor-in-chief before I give up lead fashion.
You can delegate that to someone else and just have that, the photography part of it to be in you because that's what you love. So you have discovered pretty amazing people. And I was watching some, was it a model or somebody on TV? How does, who can you name that has been discovered by you?
I can't, I'm not legally allowed to name people who have gone on to sign with large agencies because there's contractual issues. But I can tell you that a lot of my models are featured all over the world. I have models that walk in Paris Fashion Week, in Milan.
Wow.
All the fashion weeks in the Americas. We have designers from Madagascar, from Nigeria, from South Africa. So we have stylists from Toronto. So,
woohoo! Shout out to Toronto.
Yes. In fact, Startup Fashion Week is her baby, so she runs it out of Toronto, and she lives in Cleveland now, but she's from Toronto, so we love having her with us too. So
that is amazing. So what would you say that you are able to learn from all of this experience? I mean, obviously everything is past and now you're on the top of your game, and you might want to say so. I mean, you're still working from home and you're still doing a lot of your passion, which is photography. But what would you say that is the biggest take back from all this experience?
It's important that I learn my limitations because I've always I can do anything, and that is true to some extent. But when I'm in business with things, there are things that I'm just not good at. I'm definitely the creative end of the world. That I got covered to the nines. But when it comes to like the actual operations of business, I'm not so good at it. And so I had to kind of learn to be honest with myself and know when I needed to seek people to help me and compliment me. So that's been a learning experience to be able to kind of come back a little and say, hey, you're not good at everything. So
And that's okay. I mean, we all have our limitations. We're all good at something, and we definitely all have to learn and delegate other things because obviously we're not good at everything. You know, I'm people tell me that I'm the type of person that hey, leave it to me because I'll do it because nobody else will do it as good as me. But I have to learn by hiring a coach after 5 years. Just now, he showed me that Lizy, you cannot do everything. There's things that you have to let other people do. And I'm like, okay, I accept that. So Becky, for people that are watching us right now all over the world, and you know, this thanks to Instagram and the internet, you know, this is recorded. What can people find you? So are you still looking for models? You're still promoting your magazine? You're still doing actively you know, promoting what else do you have? Your fashion, you have your magazine. What else do you have?
I have the models. I manage models. I have the fashion line, RJ Luna. I'm a commercial photographer, Jacqueline J Creative Arts.
Wow.
Heaute Ohio Magazine, and Ohio Fashion Week is our annual fashion week. We do an avant-garde show for Fashion Alliance once a year. And I just launched Great Lakes Fashion Network, which is going to be a nonprofit down the road that hopefully focuses on trafficking and helping trafficking and awareness for trafficking. So.
Wow, that's impressive. That you got me that because I've actually interviewed many people and nobody ever talks about that. And that's one of my fortes. I support that to this day. An organization here in Canada that in Canada actually also that exists with the Native community, and so it's incredible. So how did you get involved in that?
It's actually been sort of a personal passion of mine because having been in the fashion industry for so long, I mean, I know that there are a lot of people who are just not legitimate out there. Like under Bruce, that I can make you a model or I can, you know, come photograph with me and then you disappear. So I know it is out there. And so for me, that's also part of why I did what I did, because I know a lot of people in the correct path, the safer path. And so you know, when I'm working with minor models, it's important to me to help try to launch them in the right direction and give them the red flags to be aware of and things like that. So for me, thankfully, it has not hit home personally to my knowledge, but it is you know, it's a passion of mine. It happens every day in our industry and other industries, but obviously our industry is an easy target. So I want to, you know, help people be aware that it really, really is happening, and people don't think it's really happening. But I'm like, yeah. So yeah. So that's how.
Any particular organization that you support, or are you creating your own nonprofit organization?
I'm creating my own Great Lakes Fashion Network.
Wow, Great Lakes Fashion Network. So where can people find you if they need to get a hold of you, if they need to get in touch with you, or they're interested in perhaps your magazine or becoming a model? Where can people get a hold of you?
So everything you would need to know is going to be on our website at Heaute Ohio. That's HAUTEOHIO.com. That's going to be everything for Ohio Fashion Week. That's going to be submissions for Ohio Fashion Week, designers, models, stylists. That's going to be tickets to the shows. It's going to be submissions to the magazine, how you submit to us. We do look for new and, you know, never, you know, first timers. So you do not have to be experienced. We are always looking for new talent. You just submit to us through the website and we go from there. You can find us also on social media, Facebook, Heaute Ohio Magazine, and Ohio Fashion Week. And then on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter under OHFW_official.
Wonderful. Liliana, she sent us some heart. I assume she knows you, but if you are interested in becoming a model, you can always contact Jackie through our Instagram, and you can always leave your comments. So how has the COVID-19 affected your business, or has it affected at all? Because I see some businesses are soaring, they're being innovative, creative, and then they're doing a lot of things that they never thought of doing before. How is it? How are you handling that?
Well, it has impacted a lot and impacted not much. So not much that I already homeschooled my son, and I already did 90% of my work from home. I literally would go from one end of the table to the other between school and work. So that wasn't that much of a difference, but it was a huge difference when it came time to do the photo shoots for the magazine.
Yeah.
I had to reinvent how those were going to be done safely and socially distant. They're a lot more work now because they have to be individual shoots as opposed to one big one where we all network, which is another part of my goal. But aside from that, the magazine has, we did a pandemic issue where we actually shot in the complete solitude of the city when everything was locked down. So that's a really, that's a really cool issue. And I have spent a lot of time making masks, which I have never made before. But I actually have sustained a lot of the business through making masks. And every time I make a mask for sale, I donate a mask. So,
oh, wow. Look at you.
I'm pretty busy doing, keeping myself busy.
Never stop, Jackie. Never stop. Guys, Liliana, if you have questions for Jackie, we're here live today with Jackie Bertolette. How do you say your last name?
Bertolette.
Bertolette. She is from Ohio. An incredible lady, an incredible story. By the way, guys, this show has been sponsored by Dr. George Grant. Thank you so much. Without your contribution, this show could not be possible. And also, she has an incredible story. So one of the things that I always ask my guests, and you're not going to be the exception, for somebody who is on the other side of the world and is watching this now, or they will be watching it later on, and they're wondering, I want to be as successful, as popular, as brilliant as Jackie. What do I have to do? What does it take? I'm planning to start my own business. COVID has completely destroyed everything that I built up. What kind of advice would you give?
First thing I would say is do not even try a business that you are not 1,000% passionate about, because there are days, and I love what I do, and there are days that I wake up and go, oh my gosh, I got to do another shoot, or I've got to do, I've got to write an article, so you have to be completely passionate about what you're doing, and you have to be committed to it, because it's up and down. Some days are glorious, some days are, really down in the dumps. So you have to, get yourself through it. You have to be resilient, and you have to find ways to sustain.
Awesome. I love your advice. And Liliana is asking, how do I make it big as a model? That is a very good question, Liliana. I am definitely not the expert, but perhaps our guest, Jackie, can give us a little bit of enlightening information.
So first of all, the question would be, what do you call making it big? In the main markets like New York and Milan, you pretty much have to be the quintessential model. Although it is expanding a little bit, it's still a long way to go in the main markets. So if you're not 6 foot tall and you're not a size 0 or a size 2, your chances of making it big are pretty small. However, it is changing. So if you do not fit in that category, which 99% of people do not,
yes,
then you should contact us, because we accept everybody. We are looking for diversity. It is our goal to show the beauty in everybody. Challenged, LGBTQ, mature, child, male, female, plus, it doesn't matter. We want to show off how beautiful you can be. So if you're not 6 foot and you're not a size 0, check with us and we'll see what we can do to help you on that path. Although if you are 6 foot, like myself, then it doesn't limit you. We can still feature you too.
I hope that answers your questions, Liliana, and definitely contact her through this show. And, you might have more questions, portfolio that you might need to send and things like that. Mariah, thank you so much for joining. We're here live right now with Jackie, and she has an amazing story. She has so many business modeling, photography, magazine. So the magazine was a paper, and now with digital information, everybody's getting an e-magazine. Is that something that you are promoting more now, or is it going to be distributed paper as always?
So it actually has always been a digital magazine. You can order it for print and ship directly to your door, but we're more focused on download. Because most of our fashionistas, are on the go all the time, so that's what they prefer. So you can do it either way. You can order it, you can do subscriptions, or you can do one of each issue. We happen to be giving away, because of the pandemic and the lockdowns, we actually gave away some free advertising to businesses for this summer issue. So because of that, our goal is to kickstart and jumpstart everything. So we're giving away the free digitals as well, so that people can have a bigger audience for their businesses. So if you're interested at all, or even if you're not, go to our website and download our digital summer issue and our digital pandemic issue, and tell all the advertisers that you saw through us. And this is a one-time only. We don't generally give away the digitals, but this is an important thing for us to kickstart the economy. So.
Thank you, and I appreciate that you're talking about here on the LizyT Show. This is incredible. Take advantage, everyone, and check her out. She is amazing, and I'm hoping that you got inspired or get somebody to connect with, especially if you're looking into that industry. And what is new? That is the theme of the show. Tell us who you are, what you do, which you've done an incredible job. Contact info, you've given all that. Anything new? What are you looking? You planning more things? I know that you always, you're doing masks. I didn't even think that you were going to do that.
I'm actually beginning to work on the fall issue, so that takes a while to do. We'll be shooting it next month. I have to put together all the logistics of getting the designers and everybody together. But next, as far as the actual, the plan and the business, well, obviously we want to launch the nonprofit. But beyond that, we want to get a little bit more digital as far as interaction. We would like to do some more video YouTube. We would like to do some more maybe classes digitally for models, things like that. We definitely would like to do some streaming of our runway shows. So we kind of want to go a little more techie and kind of expand what we do to give more exposure to the participants that are in our issues.
And I assume that this is not a one-person job right now. You probably have a team. You probably have a group that you work with. I mean, you started on your own at home, but now, no? Oh, wow, incredible. Well, I know a lot of people are becoming, like I said earlier, creative and trying to get, Zoom classes and Zoom, all that, because people can't gather. I mean, in Canada and Toronto, we're still on lockdown phase 2. Things are starting to open up slowly. I'm not sure about Ohio, but everything, even classes. I missed my gym class. There's no tomorrow. We can't go to the gym because of COVID. But a lot of Zoom classes on Zoom, Zumba classes on Zoom.
Yes.
So that's something that you might want to look into. Give classes to models to start their career, because they can't go to a classroom per se because of COVID. Jackie, this has been such an honor, an amazing talk with you. You've been such a great sport. You are my hero. I wish you the best on your endeavors, which there are many, 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 and blessings and prayers for your son. I assume he's 12 now. How old is he?
He's 12. Yes, we're going into 7th grade.
Congratulations. God put you to be his son for a reason, because he knew that you would be able to handle this tough task, and you're doing it well. Thank you so much, Jackie. You've been amazing. We will keep in touch. You know, every time you promote something, LizyT Show will be supporting you 100% and tagging you on all this stuff. This has been amazing. Any last words?
Just don't give up on yourself no matter what. Even when things get tough, you have to find the strength inside of you because the world is not going to find it for you. So you have to be strong, you have to be resilient, and you have to know how beautiful you are. Every